nobody, hopefully.
Right, so welcome back everyone to what I believe is the 4th episode of Cursebreakers, unless you believe YouTube, in which case this is technically the 5th video, but still the 4th episode. I'm James. I'll normally play Karis in the main campaign on Friday, but I'm running these guys through Curse of Strahd. Go around and do our usual introductions, starting with Cam this time. I'm going to go the other way.
Hey! Took me off guard. Hi, I'm Cameron. I normally play the Wacky Monk Kashan in Roll for Story, but today I'm going to be playing Cade Everwood. What am I playing? Paladin. Ace of our Paladin.
It's only Monday.
And Chris.
Hello, I'll be playing Eos, the devout life cleric.
And Tank.
I'm Tank. I'll be playing Hellweir, the fighter, and rogue now.
And Jamie.
Hello, I'm Jamie and I'm playing Elias Vanan, the Bard.
And Kirsty.
Hello, I'm Kirsty, and I am playing Raven, the Rogue.
And finally, Steph.
Hi, I'm Steph. I usually play Irina on Roll for Story, and I am playing Porky the Barbarian. No more Datan in that title.
I was going to say you did say Datan this week.
It's the end of an era, you guys.
It is.
Right, so a quick summary of what happened last session. The party got word from the vampire spawn in the basement that he had made his decision. His decision was to attack the party and try to drain their blood. They eventually managed to fight their way through him, almost 2 of them dying in the process. Shortly after that, they began escorting Irina to Vallaki. On their journey there, they ran into some Vistani bandits, but they weren't much trouble. And then they ran into a camp of Vistani, much friendlier group. They were drinking, having fun, seemed to be having some kind of party. But it also seems that the party themselves were expected, and thus they were introduced to Madame Ava, who told their fortune. Seemed to know things about the party that no one in Barovia should know, and seemed to not necessarily be on their side, but not necessarily be against them either. They also had a chance to get an item or something to aid them on their ways, and luck seemed to be on their side, for they had been given a Lantern of Revealing.
Yeah.
They then continued their travel, surprisingly unattacked by the world. Perhaps they haven't anchored the land enough yet for encounters to generate, who knows, and eventually managed to work their way into Vallaki. They had a bit of wander around. Vallaki appears to be an oddly bleak but happy town, where everyone seems to be smiling and happy, but there appears to be some sort of strain behind that happiness. For example, there have been people arrested for malicious unhappiness, but the party did eventually arrive at the Blue Water Inn. They had a few drinks, they had a meal, and they began to have a well-deserved rest. I'll actually drag one more token onto the thing. And there she is. She can be in that room. And I'm going to start part way through the night, unless anyone will be doing anything in particular during the night.
Nope.
Yeah, if it's not like already ridiculously late.
It's not
Have one.
ridiculously late, but you've had a fairly rough day. I will put you onto the map for this.
Yay.
Bit of an exhausting journey, I suppose, because we did make the last leg of it pretty much running and sprinting to the exit, right?
Yeah, pretty
Sprinting,
much.
sprinting to the finish line. Okay,
Yeah.
then. In that case, then, before we go to our respective rooms, I'd probably try to get a hold of Porky's attention
Okay.
if they are around.
Yeah, okay. So we'll do this before you end up going to your room. So, Porky, it appears that Eos wants to speak to you.
So is Porky by the bar or something?
Yeah, what I'll
Probably.
do, I will.
I can't
Like,
see anyone.
he's still not talking to Raven, so
Really?
like, yeah,
Just token.
Okay, really? Alright, so seeing Porky alone for first time in a while.
Is your token not showing anything?
No, I can see. I'm in my room at the moment.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll drag you two down to
Yeah.
the.
Why is Cade in my room? What's going on here?
I asked people what rooms they wanted to be in. He said he wanted to be in with you.
I was joking. but no,
Get
it's
him out of
fine.
here.
It's fine. Go.
What I'll do then, I'll swap Irina and Cade. Does that make sense?
No.
Alright, so, yep, so you two down in the bar still, the rest have perhaps gone off to their respective, not so much rest in the case of Raven, but,
Alright.
you know.
So, Eos kind of finishes her drink and says, I wanted to thank you for earlier for finding a way to resolve mine and Cade's dispute back in the temple.
she just kind of shrugs.
Well, something more than that then. You see, I've always been taught to value and protect life, no matter what. But you showed me a different perspective back in the temple. Given that disposition, the choice of one's own mortality. And although things didn't turn out the way I wanted them to, I at least came away with something to think over for next time.
So long as you don't try and feed someone's dead family. Just something.
Well, you remember seeing what happened when we put those bones back in their rightful place in that mansion, right?
Hmm.
Do you remember seeing the souls of the children? And the parents as well. They were free. They had left their mortal coils and left their flesh behind.
I'm not here to debate that. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't right what you did or tried to do. You can try to justify it all you want. I'm just saying, don't do that in front of me again because it will end badly for you.
Well, I would have thought you can't argue with what you saw. Souls do not belong in their bodies. But regardless, I'm not here to argue with you. I came to thank you. And though it seems you don't seem to care much for things of monetary value, still want to find a way to perhaps repay you. That carnelian you have. Perhaps I can offer you something more sentimental in its place. Something that would match your fiery temperament. I'll need your strength to do it, though. You down?
What exactly are you after?
I'm saying that I can give you something in return. not after anything. It's a gift.
Alright.
But it would mean that carnelian you have. I can turn it into something more sentimental. You don't seem to have much value for monetary things. You didn't hold on to it, with a tight grip.
I mean, she'll just shrug and put it on the table.
That's what I thought. So, I say, why don't we go outside? This is going to be easier with the concrete on the ground. And I'm just get up from my chair, the carnelian in hand, and start to draw my warhammer as well.
Yeah, she'll get up and follow you.
Okay. As we come out onto the cobblestones, or at least a hard surface, I say, alright then. First off, we're gonna need to smash this gem to pieces, and I hand you my warhammer. And
I assume you're not going to explain why, but I'll just swing at it, it's fine.
Right,
Okay.
roll me, I'm going to say an athletics check.
And I've obviously got the... I'll probably lay out my cloth, like tabard, and place the gem on top of that,
Yep.
on the cobblestones.
Wow, Porky. Wow.
You actually somehow, you hit the stone, but it seems you're not really caring much. You're just like, there you go. And just sort of tap it. You manage to get a small fragment of crystal off of it, but not much.
I say, in order for this to work, you will need to harness your fiery temperament, your strength. This is a gift of fire, after all.
You can try again if you wish.
She takes a minute, she takes a deep inhale, and she just pictures that this carnelian is all the anger she feels toward Raven at this precise moment, and she's gonna just whack it.
Okay.
Charming.
I'm gonna give you advantage on this. I'm gonna consider.
I'm offended.
I'm
Crit roll.
gonna consider that Raven's actions thus far have aided your anger enough to give you advantage on this.
Very angry.
There you go. You managed to reduce it to dust.
She feels better now. She's not angry at him anymore. That's all the rage gone.
Raven just feels a pain in his chest and he's like,
Raven, you feel your ears burn slightly at this point.
I've just been reduced to dust. I say, well, that's actually perfect. I needed it to be in this sort of fine powder. Well, that saves any further hits. Do you mind? And I place my hand to receive my warhammer back.
Yeah, I'll just give it back.
Okay.
run off with it.
I'll pick up the.
It's okay. I like my axes. I'm good.
I'll carefully pick up the dust within my tabard, and I'll say, let's head back inside, and we'll go over to one of the far away from any prying eyes, and I say,
There's
sir.
a few people about, but they're not really paying much attention.
I say, with a smile on my face, I say, so, what's your favorite color?
You'll see that a lot of her clothing and her facial tattoos are all the same color. They're sort of like a mint green, like a jade.
I'm gonna guess green then. How about, what should we use it on? Pick a item that you'd like to impress your enemy with. Something that would impose, I guess, a sense of fear or fire in their hearts. Perhaps to inspire, perhaps to incite fear. What would you like to have more fiery sort of appearance to?
Will it damage whatever I give you?
Not at all.
See, now I'm debating between one of my axes or just the poncho.
It is up to you.
Yeah, we'll go with the poncho, I think.
Excellent choice. May I?
So, for the first time ever, Porky will remove her poncho.
Ooh.
And you're not around to see
I'm
it.
not around to see. This is something he's been trying to find out about for ages.
You just see there's like 2 javelins, 2 hand axes, there's a great axe, there's just all these weapons and things, and like this tunic that's entirely made up of pockets.
Brilliant. Alright. I'll carefully and delicately place the poncho kind of over the table, just laying it out. And with the tabard I have, I'll sift the dust of the carnelian into the poncho, from almost like from my tabard to your poncho, and begin casting a spell. And let's have a look. And you see a kind of light start to flicker within the fingertips, and then that light sort of starts to take on a more kind of fiery appearance, but it's still light, it's still a white color. And then you see kind of a strain on her face as she begins to manipulate the colors, changing the fire to a green. She then pushes her hands deep into the poncho's fabric, and you start to see the flame spread, but not like it's literally setting it on fire, but rather kind of more just I guess when you put like a material into water, it kind of starts to push out carefully and slowly, and eventually the flame has enveloped the whole poncho and gives equivalent brightness to that of like a torch, perhaps. It looks like a flame, but a green in color, and it doesn't seem to give off any heat either. And I have finished casting my spell, Continual Flame. There it is. I say, there! The enchantment is complete. You have your own fiery poncho ready to match your own temperament in battle. Something a bit more showy than that simple gem. And I'll hand the poncho back to Porky.
She'll take the poncho back, like with a nod, and then sort of put it on. And you can see she tries to hide herself in like the collar of the poncho, and she's trying to hide a smile. But she's not very good at it, so she's literally just like hiding.
Well, that being my last spell slot of the day, I think I'll head to bed. But anyway, thank you once again.
I will
Yes,
move
begins
you.
to.
Yeah, I will move you up to your room. Porky, did you want to do anything else before heading to bed yourself?
No, she'll just sit there and she'll finish her drink and then she'll head up.
Okie dokie, so I'll move you up, and the other lot are doing their performance, etc. But then after that, I'm assuming you'd head out to bed as well?
As Eos walks past me, I just kind of like glance over. It's like, did you just set Porky on fire?
She's always had a fire in her. This is just a thank you.
How
Not
how
real
much of a fire is it?
It's magical fire, and
It basically functions like a torch, but
yeah, but it doesn't give off any heat. It doesn't seem to consume oxygen. Yeah, Nick.
though having an entire poncho that's glowing.
Just be wary it
Interesting one
doesn't.
to hide.
No, it's gonna be like a reversible thing now.
Yep.
Just
That's
be
cool.
wary it doesn't scare the locals.
Well, I assume that it'd be kind of a light sort of fire, at the moment. Perhaps when like Porky rages, it like flares up, becomes even more.
Oh, I can see that. It's
Fine.
like a nice flavour thing. It's you. I can.
Yeah.
Sharp. Okay.
I could just imagine Porky just has this poncho on, all of a sudden ignites and goes, "It's perfect!"
No, literally, now, like, the reason she's smiling is she's literally just like, now I can be like my sister.
Oh,
That's literally what she's thinking right now.
that's
Alright.
good.
That's why she chose the poncho. She was literally just like,
Right. So,
But it's green.
Cade and Elias, are you going to bed now as well?
After a few drinks.
Sure.
Okay, so after a few drinks, you two head up to bed, and I don't know. Guess this one will be here again. Right. Okay. So you start getting your rest. However, partway into the night, oh god, which one is it? There's two people who look identical. I thought they were. Right. Porky and Raven hear a slight knocking at their door. About an hour after you.
Nevermore. Sorry. Didn't fit too well.
Raven will get up and he'll open it just a crack. Because
Okay.
he's probably more awake than Porky would be.
Yeah. Okay. So. Let me just get the description up of this guy. Where's your name gone? I've lost the guy again.
Oh, that was my jaw.
Ah.
My jaw cracked.
Okay, so you see a bearded man at your door. When it wants to show the thing, hopefully that's showing.
Nope.
Nope.
Is it?
Have you got the door in the way as dynamic lighting? Oh wait, there we go. Yeah, it controls it.
Yeah.
Shift C even, sorry, it's Shift C.
Yeah. Okay, so you should see that. So you've got this man at the door. He's bearded, dark hair, but there are white streaks through, and he appears to have a scar over his eye that almost looks like a bird's footprint. Like it really bugs me there isn't a hand up for this guy. He goes, "Oh yes, you're just the one I wanted to see. Could I have a private word with you downstairs, please? Nothing bad, it's
He kind of looks a bit. Okay, you're. Do I know you?
I own this here establishment, well, me and my family.
Right. Okay. And he looks over his shoulder and checks to see if Porky's asleep or not.
She's not asleep. She would have been awake the minute someone knocked on the door,
Okay.
but like, she's too lazy to get up. She'll let you answer the door.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So I will just I'll adjust the dynamic lighting slightly so you can sort of
What if I just come out and see him?
yeah. There we
Because if
go.
you look over to Porky, she'll probably get up and come and stand behind you, just like looming over the top of you.
Yeah.
Angry because she's been woken up.
Don't worry, you can go back to sleep.
Okay. He where would he lead you? Yeah. He takes you downstairs to the bar itself, which is now empty of patrons. The only person appears to be the bartender behind the bar. Yes, I did just. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Right. Right. Now, I understand that you don't really know me, and I don't really know you. However, I have a feeling we are kindred spirits of a sort.
Go on.
Firstly, how good are you at keeping secrets?
I mean, it was my job a long time ago to find out secrets, so... But if you need me to keep it, then I certainly will, so long as it won't cause harm to my friends.
It will not. In fact, this is more an aid to your friends in a way. You may have noticed on your journey here a few times ravens on some of the trees, some of the paths, and also you may have noticed that you managed to get here fairly undisturbed by people.
Not been completely undisturbed, but okay. But yes, Raven seems to be a prominent thing that keeps popping up, which is rather disconcerting considering my name.
Yes, and consider recent changes to your appearance.
How much do you know of that?
Not more than you'd expect, but less than...
Right. So I take it you know, or at least know of, what did this to me.
To some extent, let me explain. As this bit is the more secretive part, my family and I belong to a group known as the Keepers of the Feather.
Right.
We are a group that oppose a certain someone in this land.
I guess I don't really need to second guess who you're talking about.
Yes, and I suppose it is best that I show you this, and with that, he... I think... Why is he not a rollable? Seriously, why are you not a rollable token? You should be a rollable token. You suck. Second. He begins to, you notice he begins to shift, and you notice feathers begin to protrude from his skin. His face begins to change and become more bird-like. And he basically seems to form the shape of someone who is basically half human, half raven.
So it kind of looks a bit like a Tengu.
Yeah.
Okay.
He then begins to slowly shift back. My family and I are were-ravens. Whilst most people would consider this a curse, and in ways it is much more in our control than, say, the more lupine of our fellows. The Keepers of the Feather watch over this land, and we have been watching you and your companions ever since you arrived. Because it's not uncommon for adventurers to arrive in the land of Barovia. But
no, this wasn't exactly expected on our part either.
yes, but it is unusual for them to survive more than a few days.
Well,
And it's especially unusual for the land itself to care enough about one of them to bring them back.
right. So, is this you needing something from us, or?
Yes. As you are the adventuring types, he walks over and taps on some of the barrels at the back of the bar, and you notice that they sound a lot more empty than you'd expect. My supply of wine is nearly gone, and the next shipment is overdue. The vineyard and winery is a few miles west of here. If possible, I would like you and your fellows to travel there and find out the cause of this. In exchange, we will do what we can to aid you going forward.
I mean, considering wine is involved in this, I don't think it would be too difficult to convince them.
However, as for now, I would like this more as just something I asked you more than exactly why I asked you more than the others. The keepers should be kept secret, as should what we are, for the time being at least.
That's fine if you don't want me to tell my friends what you are. That's not a problem.
The vineyard is known as the Wizard of Wines.
Very befitting.
They Another thing that would be useful for you to find out is from the Wizard of Wines, there are 3 wines that are normally delivered. Purple Grape Smash number 3, Red Dragon Crush, and the Champagne.
Now that is the one that sounds the most boring. The other 2 sound exciting.
Actually, let me just find the exact name because it has a slight...
Though can you call it champagne because it's not grown in the Champagne district?
One of those.
Sparkling wine.
Yeah, where is it?
The wine in which fizzle.
I like it, yes.
What's the third one? Sorry. It is called Champagne de la Stomp.
Yeah, no, we're gonna stay. What was the second one, by the way?
Red Dragon Crush. Now, Purple Grape Smash is the least good. It's the cheapest. And the Champagne is the most expensive and most sought after.
Okay. So, more of the champagne or less of the champagne?
Essentially, we want to know why no champagne has been shipped for a while.
Right, of course, because you've been getting the cheaper stuff through.
Yes.
Right, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
I realise that it's a journey and it is a risk, but once you return, we will do what we can to help you. However,
carry on.
It would be unwise for you to attempt to leave town for the next couple of days. The burgomaster won't be happy if you have arrived and been told of his festival, but have left before the festival occurs.
I see. Sorry, I still can't get over Burgomaster.
Yes.
Yeah, your festival seems a little concerning to me, and I don't know a polite way of putting this, but some of the attitude of some of the people in this town kind of gives me the creeps.
It is understandable. Essentially, where is it?
Yeah, there's a festival that's just happened in this town.
That's someone told me that. It's like festival.
Yeah. It is the burgomaster and some of the town's belief that these festivals and the happiness they supposedly provide is what is able to keep Strahd and his men at bay. Well, I say men. So we have endured festival after festival every week for the past several years.
So, wouldn't that suck the fun out of them to constantly keep having them over and over? The point of them being joyous kind of gets lost in the festivities.
Precisely, and that is. But saying such things gets you branded a heretic and arrested for spreading malicious unhappiness.
Yes, I have noticed.
Yes. However, it is at least fact that this town opposes Strahd, at least mostly. There are a few I'm not sure of.
There will always be some people who side with the wrong side, if you will.
Yes.
You can't make everyone think the same thing.
Exactly. Now, as the festival will be in 2 more days, you have time in the town, and there are, of course, things that can be done. If you need to gear yourself up somewhat, I would consider going to the stockyard. Potentially, if they don't have what you want, there may be a man there by the name of Rictavio who may have more.
Okay. I will bear that in mind.
But for now, you go to your rest.
Well, I don't really need much. I only...
He tilts his head and then seems to notice your ears for the first time and goes,
quite
so
obvious."
true what they say of the pointy-eared folk, that they don't require sleep.
No, just a couple of hours of meditation is good enough for me, but I think the others need their beauty sleep. Some more than others.
Possibly. Well, then meditate well and don't get dragged to hell. I don't know, I couldn't think of a rhyme.
Close enough. I mean, considering the type of elf I am, that's quite befitting. So, I'm not mad at it. But, thank you for the enlightenment.
Yes, if you have any other questions or things to do within town, feel free to ask myself or my wife.
One thing, before I do go back upstairs, something that's been kind of in the back of my mind, and considering you're probably the best person I can ask about this, because, you know, I've suddenly got these talons and these feathery things coming out my arms and all this stuff. Am I ever going to be able to turn into a crow, do you think? He's like looking really excited about this.
Well, looking at you currently, I would say that you have achieved not quite the full hybrid form that true Raven. I almost said Waven then.
Raven.
That Raven
Classic brother.
possesses, but it is possible that over time your powers may grow and you may be able to even hide this form entirely, achieve it at will, and perhaps go further.
Excellent. He's like excited about this. He's like,
and
I've been able to do magical stuff. So
yes. And on your travels, if you do come across anyone who you suspect might be one of us, then the key phrase is birds of a feather, and they should respond flock together.
excellent. I like it.
Oh, and don't go on about Nevermore. We've never understood it.
It's the name of a stream.
Yeah.
And also, no, we do not own any desks.
You do not own any what? Sorry.
Writing
Writing
desks.
desk. I mean, you must have one at least.
No, we tend to.
Some things.
We don't use a desk. We just use the bar.
Fair enough.
And with that, I'll return you back up to your room.
Good night.
Yep. And with that, you all successfully get a long rest, and this music has weirdly got louder for me.
I literally imagine that when Raven walks through and Porky's literally sat by the door, axe out, just ready. In case there's like an ambush downstairs.
We killed?
Yep.
Are you going to actually ask me what happened?
No.
Haha, you spoke to me.
She curses in Dwarvish and just goes back to bed.
Right.
It's a start.
So eventually dawn approaches. I don't know if anyone in particular wants to get up at dawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
In order to prepare
Oh,
spells.
in fact, definitely not now I think about it. He would have drunk a lot.
Alright, so it's morning basically. What would you guys like to be dawn?
To gear up.
Yeah, Eos will be busy preparing her spells, probably down by the bar.
Okay, so we'll drag you down there.
Hellway's still probably sleeping. He likes his sleep.
Anyone else going to be downstairs at the bar?
I mean, considering Raven only needs 4 hours, he'd probably be up as soon as he needs to be.
Okay, so I'll just sort of drag you down there then.
Porky has stolen all the bedding off of your bed. It's just like under it all.
He doesn't need it. He doesn't care.
She is a mountain of duvets and she is happy.
And she is adorable.
Anyone else? Actually, Irene has probably gone down there with you.
If Helwy is sleeping, then Elias will be playing very loudly by his bed.
Oh my god, and I'm right next to Hellware, so you would get...
Yep.
Yeah, no,
Right. Right, both of you roll me...
I'm
Constitution checks.
I'm putting my head under the pillow, clicking my fingers and casting light.
Possible for you to do that, James, because I'm kind of still AFK.
Yep. This is
Sorry,
in order to...
I'm
Yeah.
waiting on food still. It should have been here 10 minutes ago.
He's a morning person, so he'll be bouncing about.
Yeah, you're woken up by the playing.
In which case, can you roll for me to aim a kick directly at his face?
Okay.
Wow.
Alright. Right, you would be pressing. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll.
And it would be sneak attack because he's not expecting it.
Yeah, you miss.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you've woken up as well, Cade, so you're awake now. Are you
Yeah.
going to try to go back to sleep, or are you going to go?
I put my head under the pillow and I'm shouting, I am going to destroy that thing if you don't stop. And I'm just going to raise my hand up, click my fingers, and cast light like a flashbang.
Just as
Okay.
his hand goes up, Hellweird dives under his pillow to shield his eyes.
Right. I mean, considering. Okay, so I'm going to say. You know what? Roll me a Constitution save, Elias.
As to whether I get blinded.
Yep.
Oh, joy.
So either Raven or Porky and Eos, as you're walking out the room, you just see these like flashes underneath the door. Just like
You manage.
Raven recoils from the light.
You're used to bright lights and special effects from your times on stage, so it doesn't really blind you too much. Your vision's just a little bit blurred.
Now stop. I'm having a couple more hours. Oh, my head.
Looks like your head got red dragon crushed. Right, so are you going to head downstairs, Alias, to continue performing, or are you going to keep trying to annoy these guys?
Oh, I think we just lost Jamie.
Possibly. Okay, whilst Jamie is away with technical difficulties, Alright, so in this room, damp hang from pegs in the entrance portico. The tavern is packed with tables and chairs with narrow paths meandering between them. A bar stretched along one wall under a balcony that can be reached by a wooden staircase that hugs the north wall. Another balcony overhangs an entrance to the east. All the windows are fitted with thick shutters and crossbars. Lanterns hanging above the bar and resting on the tables bathe the room in dull orange light and cast shadows upon the walls, most of which are adorned with wolf heads mounted on wooden plaques. Currently, there is actually no one in the bar at all apart from yourselves. But Eos, you would probably know that normally for what bars remain in Barovia, they normally don't really start serving or anything till noon. There's not really a breakfast option. So.
Hello.
Okay, it looks like we lost Jamie for a minute there, and I think we've lost Chris.
I've come on my phone Discord because it's cut out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did lose Chris.
I think it might be our internet provider. We both have the same one. But yeah,
Thanks.
as I was saying, I'd have tried to wake Hellweir up, and then if he wasn't getting up, I would have just continued playing all the way down.
Okay, so I will move you down there. As you guys are.
So, sorry, my food's arrived. I'm in the middle of eating, but as he leaves, I'm just going to launch my pillow at the back of his head.
Okay. Fair.
And then just steal his off the next bed and go back to sleep.
Yeah. Those who are downstairs notice a figure walk down. This guy.
It's that guy from the Lemony Snicket books.
That's who I was thinking of. Thank you.
Count something or other.
Count Olaf.
That's the one.
Actually, better picture of him. Nope, not that button. Pressing the wrong buttons.
Yep, Count Olaf.
right. Oh.
Of course, you don't know the name, but it seemed appropriate to show a full picture. He. Second. Yeah. He walks down, and you would notice that he is holding a couple of apples and something wrapped in a handkerchief. He nods to the group and then begins to head out the front door. Unless anyone wants to do anything.
I mean,
isn't it the guy that they told you to look for?
yeah, but I don't know his name right now.
No.
Well, I know his name, but I don't know the face.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
Yeah, he just nods to you and then heads out.
Does he look like he has money?
I don't know. I showed the picture. Would you say he looks
I would
wealthy?
say yes.
I mean, he looks like Count Olaf, so
Yeah.
no, but yes.
He appears to be wearing fairly fancy clothing.
Hello.
Yeah, I'd start
Welcome to
I'd
my
start
home.
dancing and performing around him to see if he'll cough up some money.
He smiles slightly and flicks you a silver piece, and then will simply say, "Ah, yes, you have quite a bit of skill there, but it's a fair bit early. But if you save your performance for this evening, perhaps you can provide the backing music for some of my tales." And with that, he walks away. And
It's
leaves.
never too early for music, I shout as he starts to leave.
You hear from the stairs, "Shut up!" as I walk down the stairs.
So you've headed downstairs
I'm coming
as
down.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, so does anyone want to be doing anything whilst they're downstairs having breakfast? Any discussions or anything?
Coffee.
Turns out Helwood can't get back to sleep, so he'll go down.
Uh,
Sort of bags under his eyes, his hair's sort of just everywhere, and he's looking very scruffy.
Yeah, I would have like patted him on the way down and just gone like, "Come on, big man. Time and shining."
I'm tired.
Oh, tell me about it.
that's a bit better.
Yeah, just go downstairs, have food, and some ale to wash it down with.
Yeah, so there isn't really any food or ale available because nobody's working yet. So you will have to make do with your own supplies.
Yeah, I'll just pull out some rations and that then.
I have a wineskin of dope ass wine. No.
Yeah, Helwood's just gonna put his hand out to say, as if to say, share.
This is a private collection.
He slides 5 silver across the table. Share.
It's going to be a lot more. Oh, I went a bit Sean there. It's going to be a bit more than
What
that.
happened there?
I will say, Cade, that from your drinking last night, you had drunk the other 2 wine types that are available here, and none of them taste quite as good as the wine you had.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna slide 10 silver across and try and persuade him to allow me to have that one.
It's definitely not going. Ah, fuck! It's definitely not going to work. Stop it! Stop it! Why do I just slide back? I don't know why I'm stuck in like this continuous loop now.
Do I roll persuasion, or is it not worth doing?
I'm just going to have to keep the accent then.
This is what happens when he's sleep deprived. He literally wakes up as Kashan.
He's secretly a werecat.
Right. I'm sorry, Hellware, but unfortunately that money isn't going to cost it.
What does he have? I have a fancy longsword.
The wine's not for sale, it's for a good occasion.
I want a sip to wet my palate before I eat this god-awful dried meat.
I'm sure we can pick something up in the town.
There's a well outside.
That also works.
You would know this because you would have walked past on the way in.
That's what I said.
Water's not nice. Yeah, I'll just go get some water then.
I will say, speaking of ale, in the time you have been here, both in Barovia and Vallaki, in both bars, there has not been ale on sale. It has only been wine.
Only wine? Oh, God.
Speaking of wine, I was up late talking to the guy who runs this establishment. He said he's been having trouble getting his champagne shipment in.
Oh,
He wondered if we would help him.
I don't know if I could take any more drinking right now, but what does he have in
I
mind?
mean,
Champagne? That's that posh
He
people
just-
stuff, isn't it?
he apparently he gets supplied 3 different drinks from this place. One of them is the posh stuff, as you say. The other 2 drinks are similar to the stuff he sells currently, but yes, it's particularly the champagne apparently hasn't been coming in. He just wants us to find out. Why not?
Do we have any information on it? Where it's coming from? Does he know what's happened to it?
As far as I could tell, he couldn't tell. So all I know is that it came from the west.
From
Don't-
the Wizards of the
There's-
Wine
there's a
Winery.
Yeah, there's a vineyard in that direction.
I don't suppose he mentioned any kind of reward for it.
He said he will aid us.
Aid us.
Yes.
And who exactly was this person?
The guy who runs this place. And his wife.
I'm not sure if we're all intending for the same purpose here. How can it, with all due respect to the man, but how can a wine merchant or a tavern owner aid us in that retrospect? I mean, apart from give a what's the word? Roof over it.
Well, I did promise him I wouldn't give you all the details. And he has quite a reason for me not to, so you'll just have to trust me on this. But
It
it
sounds
seems
very
he's not completely happy himself with the way this town is. And we have a common foe, you might say, in the person who's potentially making them act this way in the town.
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised that he's getting sick of it here. It's horrible. Everyone's happy.
My
not
brain is just like,
happy.
what
No
did I
way.
miss when I left last session?
He could potentially give us more information in time, but he, of course, quite rightly wouldn't give it right now. He could potentially give us more information in the future, I feel. Being
Right.
someone who worked in espionage before myself, I kind of can tell.
Very
It's a
well.
lot of ifs and buts for a lot of work.
Well, I mean, it could just be that there's a couple of bandits that are out there trying to take it for themselves and just ambushing.
Exactly. It could be something as simple as just taking out a few bandits.
And
Seems
it could be
easy enough.
something as simple as it being Strahd's men stopping for whatever reason.
As far as I'm
No,
aware,
we could get information from them.
and at the moment, the only people that we've really seen under Strahd's influence or anywhere near his influence, they're just caravanners. They're simple folk. Not exactly going to be much of an issue.
I mean, we could potentially get some good wine out of this.
But ale.
Yeah, but you were just asking for my wine.
Because it's alcoholic.
Well, there you go.
You're just going to be drinking an alcoholic beverage that costs you, I don't know, 100 gold.
Well, how about I pay you 5 gold now and I give you the rest when I get it?
Aos
No.
says, Aos says, how far is the travel to the winery?
I'm not sure. I don't think he said.
He said it's off to the west.
Yes, just off to the west.
I'm not here.
To the
so-
west, it could be a 10-minute walk. It could be a 3 or 4 day walk.
Is
So all I'm saying is he wanted our help and he's willing to give us aid in return.
is it in Valaki?
I would suppose so.
Is it
I
in
s-
direction of the stockyard?
I don't-
know.
Don't think we saw a vineyard, did we?
But we do need to go to the stockyard in that regardless. And there maybe someone there that he said we could find if the stockyard doesn't have what we want, and this person should be able to get it for us.
And if we can't get what we want, we go to the garrison.
You mean steal?
Why would we steal? We asked
From-
them. We asked them nicely. That's, it would make us happier to be safer if we had the gear we needed. They want us to be happy.
Do you never pack any protective wear or weapons, anything like that?
I have weapons, but I'm not exactly gonna be wearing armor to a gig when I suddenly get transported to some weird land.
Have you even worn armor before?
Plenty of times.
Mm,
check?
Yeah.
Would I know if he has or not?
You've been with them long now.
Of
Yeah, so-
times. My great grandfather was a warrior, and I intend to be a warrior too.
So unless I get a natural 20, I ain't seen nothing.
Yeah, we believe him.
With what I know of him, do I believe is it bullshit?
Yes.
Kind of wish Porky was there now. She'd challenge him.
I know
Look
it's
at her laugh- I just look at her life
Warrior,
and look
eh?
at fucking really?
I know he's lying, but I don't know why he's lying.
This place is dangerous, and we need to be prepared.
Howard
Right.
sort of rolls his eyes and walks out to go and get water like he was going to do 10 minutes ago.
Once
haven't
again,
got-
Elias, you're not going to find any equipment here.
That's what you think.
Oh no.
Oh god, that didn't sound good.
Excuse us for a moment.
Holy crap, that did not sound good.
Oh my god. Yeah, well, I'd say we head to the stockyard first. I don't want to end up like that mage we were first traveling with.
Who?
Exactly.
Oh,
Gluten free.
I was about to say lactose, but then I went no. It's not.
No, that's his cousin.
No, that was his son, wasn't it?
So, I still doubt we're gonna get anything here. Did we pass by a blacksmith or a leather worker?
You didn't, but you were told that potentially the stockyard might have some supplies.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to the stockyard. We'll ask about if they don't have anything. We'll head straight to the vineyard.
We go the stockyard, Rictavio, or the garrison.
I will move.
Is
them
everything
over
alright
to-
with you two?
Kirsty dropped her bag of jelly beans. It was very dramatic.
No! Not the
Jelly
jelly
beans are my favourite.
Oh.
Not the jelly beans.
They went all over the floor.
I feel your pain.
The 5-second rule is extended.
It's
I
fine.
like
We
them
forget
enough.
and everything. It's fine.
The floor
It's
was clean a
extended
couple of
jelly.
days ago. I'm sure it's fine.
Yep. Has anyone gone upstairs to get Porky, or are you guys just leaving?
Oh god, yeah.
Is anyone brave enough to wake up?
I will go and wake
Yeah,
Porky.
you lot. One of you
I
go
will
and
wake
do it.
Porky up.
Okay. Alright,
So
so
I'll go upstairs.
alright, Hellweir enters your room.
No, I'm knocking on the door first. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
just
hear a
walking in.
knock on your door.
Do I hear the knock on the door though? How asleep am I?
Roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
I'm knocking fairly loud.
Yep.
Perception. Disadvantage. 11.
Yeah, you managed to hear it just, but it's kind of on the cusp of your hearing. But you're
Shit.
kind of half awake now.
She'll kind of like put an arm out from underneath this like mound of like blankets and pillows that she's accumulated, and she's literally going to throw a pillow at the door and then just go back to sleep.
Yep, you hear a
Well,
thud
I'm
against the
assuming
door.
I'll hear. Yep. In which case, I will open the door
Okay.
and peek round the corner. It's
Yep,
very.
you s-
Raven's going upstairs to watch this.
Yeah.
I
you
shall be
see
behind.
A pile of blankets and with an arm sticking out from them.
And the arm is also holding a hand axe, by the
Yeah.
way.
Just
Then what I
before.
will do is I'll pick one of my spears up, turn it blade away from Porky, and just poke the mound of blankets to wake her up out of like arm's distance.
Okay. I feel you would probably notice that.
And I will say, Porky, we've got to get up, we've got to go.
She throws the hand axe at you.
Right.
Because
roll
I
me...
see that coming, can I was going to say, can I roll for that?
No, Porky can roll at disadvantage because they're not really looking.
No. It's a thing. If I'm not sure if she'd get angry or not, I generally do a wisdom roll. If it's higher than 11, she gets angry. If it's lower than 10, she's fine. Disadvantage. It's a 14.
It just misses.
Oh,
It literally cuts off a teeny fraction of your hair and embeds in the doorframe.
Yep,
Did she just cut his hair?
slightly.
She will return the hand axe in the same method. Or he
oh
will.
my god, no, rise and shine. I'm gonna click my fingers
Not
and
aiming
cast.
not
I'm
aiming
gonna-
at Porky,
No,
but
this is
aiming
interesting.
near.
I'm gonna cast
Right,
light.
overhead.
Right, roll me an attack roll, and are you trying to interfere, Kate?
Huh?
Are you trying to interfere as he readies this hand?
What the damage? Or sorry, would it be Dex or?
Be strength. So just roll an attack as normal.
Yeah,
I can
well,
just roll as a javelin because
I'm gonna cast light on the fucking mound.
Yep.
The
so your
mound of
mound is now
duvets.
glowing, Porky.
I missed anyway.
But you hear a thud of the sound of an axe hitting above your head.
There's just like this ominous, angry, like aura as she sits up, and the blankets fall away, and there's just like this massive hair.
And we now just basically
And your
shout to get the
poncho begins to
fuck
glow
up.
more violently.
Yeah, he will just basically shout to get the fuck up and then walks out the room.
Ooh. Somebody is angry to
Oh,
the
apple,
party.
sorry. Cut his hair!
I mean,
Why
if
don't you
anything,
poked her with a stick.
I mean,
Cut his hair!
how weird.
Which
Does
you
look-
can't tell by the picture, but his hair is very long. It's not been cut in like 6 or 7 years.
Wow, it's me!
I'm talking his hair's sort of waist length plait.
And he's angry about losing like that much of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Casimir.
It is Casimir. Yeah, Porky doesn't care that you're angry with her. You poked her with a stick, so she's angry at you too, so
Is Porky going to get up?
She'll collect her axe.
Come on, Sunshine. It's time we made a move.
She literally just glare at you. She's like in the worst mood.
It's kind of ironic you called her Sunshine as she's literally surrounded by glowing blankets.
Glowing and fire.
I know. That's why I did it. And plus, I know it annoys her.
She's literally in such a bad mood now.
Yeah,
I'm
Hellwig
gonna...
just walks pushes past everyone, and walks out the bar.
Okay, I'm gonna use Hellweir's token to indicate where the party is.
He just like stood outside, leaning against the wall, breathing.
I'm gonna poke my head into
Calm
Eos's
down.
room as well and light.
Well, Eos was downstairs.
She
they
was
were
already
preparing
okay.
their spells, yeah.
Gotcha.
But you managed to light up their room nicely.
Hey, flashbang
But-
going in.
Right, so you guys are heading to the stockyard, which you did walk past on your way in, so you would know it's... I'm assuming you guys are on the map at the moment. You should be. It's
Yeah.
this area here.
Oh. Sorry, those hot wings are really hot.
Well, they're not.
Right.
I expected a bit of heat, but holy crap.
Porky's revenge.
It's chicken, it's not pork.
Considering we came into the town, like, we came this way, and then you said we went down here. Yeah, I assume we're going this way. Is there anything new that we spot going in a different direction?
Which way were you going, sorry?
You said we came in this way to here, and then we went down that way originally.
Yeah. Yeah, so
So
going the other way, all you see are houses, basically.
Okay. Well, we'll go to the stockyard then.
Okay, I'll drag you guys over there. Right. This large stockyard has several locked sheds along its periphery and lies adjacent to a roomy warehouse. A wooden sign above the front gate read Arasek Stockyards. Parked at the south end of the stockyard is a sturdy carnival wagon, its colourful paint peeling off. Faded lettering on its side spells out the words Rotavio's Carnival of Wonders. A heavy padlock secures the back door.
Well, that was easy.
So, wait, the carnival wagon is separate to the stockyard.
It's in the stockyard. Yeah, and so sort of thing for what it looks like. That is the carnival wagon.
But yeah, he was just a just in case we don't find what we're looking for in it.
Yep.
So, don't know what everyone else is pondering about for, but I'll be pondering about for either someone who knows how to buff armor and someone who may be selling a shield or a buckler, something he can attach to his arm.
Yep. Right, so just a second. Right. So looking about, you do find that this place appears to be basically almost like a general store, but with like the storage sheds have like things on them saying that they can be rented. You're approached by a middle-aged man who just sort of nods to you. Ah, how can I help you, gentlefolk? It's very early to see people down here, it is.
I'm looking for some wares.
Ah, well, you've come to the right place, because where else would you find wares? What sort of wares are you after, kind sir?
I'm looking for a means of buffing out armor, and I'm looking for a shield.
Oof. Well, let me just change blessing. Well, in terms of armor, I'm afraid there's not that. The only people who tend to deal with armor are the guards. In terms of something you can use as a shield, though,
Please be a saucepan. Please be a
can't.
saucepan.
Yes.
I can't. I don't have anything that's a shield now, but if you give me maybe a day or so with a slight down payment, I reckon I can probably get you something that'll at least give you a little bit of a buff.
What are we looking at here? What's
Well, we don't normally sell weapons and armor. We do have various sundry goods. So with that, I can probably, a bit of know-how, I pull up a bunch of these sheds. I can probably scrape together some sort of wooden shield of some kind. It'll be a bit improvised, so it might not be as good as one properly made by someone, but yeah, it should do you some good. It's just
how much you're looking at?
well, let's say 10 gold pieces.
For a makeshift shield?
Well, you have a point, but it's the time required. Time is money, after all, my friend.
Are you really going to complain, considering this is going to be the only place in town besides the guards that you're going to get anything like this?
I say we call it a 5 for a down payment, and if it's a decent enough job, another 3. I mean, I could come back and it'd just be like the thinnest piece of wood, and you could call it a shield for all I know.
That's fair. So 5 gold down payment, and 3 gold, and if it's to your liking, maybe you'll throw in the other 2, who knows.
Sounds good to me.
As you guys perhaps like looking about or waiting for this to occur,
Everybody
do any of you wander near the wagon?
I guess we would have got curious at some point.
Yeah.
Okay,
If it was away from where Porky was stood, then yes, hell we would.
okay, so as you approach the wagon, it suddenly lurched as though something big has thrown itself against the inside wall. You hear the cracking of wood, the scraping of metal, and the snarl of something inhuman. Upon closer inspection, you see that the sides of the wagon are splattered with dry blood. You also see an inscription on the wagon's doorframe that reads, "I bring you from shadow into light."
Yeah, on that, hell we will back the fuck up.
And as you back up, you notice the man have walk out from next to it and kick the wagon. Sorry about that. No, wait. Sorry about that, my friend. My talents for tales seem to affect things in strange ways.
What the?
Apologies.
Hell is in there.
Nothing that you need to concern yourselves about, just something for my carnival.
What, have you got like an elephant in there or something?
What's an elephant?
No, nothing quite as large as that. I think I could fit an elephant in this mere travelling item. It is merely something guarding my possessions. And then he bows and goes, But anyway, greetings. I am Rictavio the Magnificent. How may I do? How do you do? How may I
What
do?
I mean, I do, eh?
What
So whatever he's been drinking.
what possession do you do have?
I have many things from many germs. It depends what you're interested in.
Well, we heard you're an entertainer, right? Perhaps that's in Elias's department?
Entertainment is my thing. The people at the tavern seem to greatly enjoy my stories. It helps further bolster their spirits so they're not as bleak. Happiness is the key to safety.
Oh no, you're not part of this forced happiness regime, are you?
He sort of glances about, and you notice him shake his head, but only ever so slightly. And then he raises a finger to his lips for a brief second.
Perhaps that's not something that should be shouted in the streets after all. It's an arrestable offence in here.
Plus, as performers, we don't force happiness; we provide it.
Precisely. It's good to see.
You cut out, James.
Oh, sorry. It's good to see that at least one of you. Entertainment is what we provide. Whether people take it, that is their choice, and how they take it, it's up to them.
So, what could you provide for a fellow entertainer?
Tales to tell. Information, perhaps. It
About.
depends exactly what you're after.
We're here on business to end the curse that rids this world.
Then perhaps it would be best to move to somewhere a little less populated. The wolves have ears, after all.
Quick question, because I've been disconnecting. Is Jet still with us? I.e. Irina.
Yes, Jet stays with you for the time being. Yeah, actually, no, Jet's probably stayed in the tavern thinking about it, unless you wanted her to come with you.
Right. Okay. No, that seems like a safe enough place for now. Alright. So... Alright then, Rictavio. Where do you suggest?
Well, at this time of day, the only people in the tavern should be its own. And there seem reasonable enough people who aren't likely to eavesdrop.
Very well. We'll take you back, introduce you to our other companion.
He nods, and he kicks the wagon again, and then you notice him mutter something, and then gets ready to follow you.
We're all done here, aren't we? Nobody needs anything more? Unless you want to try and sell that rusted armor.
Well,
We were muted.
I was looking for arrows as well.
Arrows.
There's a good point. I do have that rusted piece of crap armor.
I would say
And the
like.
fancy sword.
So it's the arrows you're after. One of you wants a shield and one of you wants arrows. Well, weapons and armor aren't really what we do. However, I did recently come into a large amount of feathers and some well-seasoned wood. I can probably make some arrows for you.
I mean, if you give me the resources, I could probably just make them myself then.
Oh, certainly a possibility.
Get like 20 arrows for a gold piece, but it's up to you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, I can provide you with the necessary materials. I need to look at one of my lists. Yeah, that's the one. He pauses for a moment, thinking about prices and such. I can probably sell you the necessary materials for, say, 3 gold pieces. But how many you get out of it, of course, is up to what size arrows, how good you are, etc.
Alright, and how much would you charge if you made them?
Well, if I made them, I'm not an expert, but what with time and making a friend's shield, 5 gold pieces, and I can probably get you 20.
Bloody hell. Do we know that that's extortionate? Like, usual going price?
Basically, anyone who uses arrow bolts for anything would know that that's fairly expensive.
That is, yeah.
While this is going on, just really quickly, Porky would like to wander off and go and find the local guards.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You would know there'd be at least some at the gate, so let me just drag you on. Oh god, you're giant.
Huge.
Yep, so I'll just put you over there as... Are you trying to sneak off, or are you just wandering?
No, I'm just going to wander.
Okay, so you wander off. Everyone notices you leave because you're not being particularly stealthy, but so if anyone decides to do anything, they can.
Very quickly, were you going for those arrows?
I'll just go for the tools and I'll see if I can make my own, thank you.
Okay, so he takes the 3 gold and gives you essentially what the layman's eye looks like: a pile of feathers, some sticks, and some flint.
Excellent.
The only thing hell we would probably want is to see if he'd know anyone who'd want to buy his rotten half plate and a fancy longsword.
Right. Roll me a quick survival check, Raven, actually.
Okay.
It seems the most appropriate check.
12.
Yeah. Yeah, based on what you know of arrows, you think probably there's not enough flint to make a decent amount here without... But by potentially cutting the ends of the arrows and basically fire hardening them, you can probably make some effective arrows without necessarily having like a metal or stone tip.
I'll
Excellent.
cast guidance on her.
Yeah, when it comes round to it. But in terms of selling, the only people here appear to be Rictavio and this man. I will say that Rictavio has a look at your armor, and I'll say he looks well and just goes, "Why, my friend, that is a rather fancy-looking sword you have there, and armor that I'm sure has a tail behind it indeed."
That it does. A tale even someone of your stature may not be prepared for.
Well, perhaps you can tell me that tale, and in exchange I will give you something in return. As for that sword, though... He thinks for a moment and goes... Now, that sword is quite beautiful, but... in these lands, it's probably not going to be that helpful for you.
Right.
As such... Second.
I mean, before I go any further, just a quick one. We did check it. We did have one of the people who can use magic look at it to make sure it's not magical, didn't we?
Yes.
Thank God for that, because I didn't note that. And I thought that was right, but I didn't note that down.
He has a look at you. Do you have a crossbow?
I do not, which is the one thing I've been wanting to get, but I'm too poor.
So you don't have a crossbow, which means you can't do that. Whilst I perhaps don't have anything suitable to trade with you, if this tale of yours is as good as you promise, I will make it so that sword is more useful in these lands.
Okay, I'll accept. I'll accept that.
Right. So he's ready to go back to the tavern. The man looks at your rusted half plate. The other guy, and then goes, "Well, it's rusty, but it's metal and decent enough iron. 20 gold pieces for it."
Well, I didn't pay a penny for it, so yeah.
Okay.
I'll take 20 for that.
Yep. So you got 20 gold.
Hey, I'm rich.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've got some stuff to sell still.
Yeah.
I can get rid of the rusty ass half plate now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
I'm going to show them both the ivory hairbrush I found,
Okay.
the chain shirt,
Which is also rusty, I
yeah.
think.
I figured so. It was in the chest.
Yeah.
And the two spell books I have.
Okay. The spell books, he just sort of looks at them, just like has no idea.
Useful reading material.
He doesn't seem interested at all.
What? Even Rictavio?
No, even Rictavio.
Damn it.
Whether. As for the ivory hairbrush, that you got in the death house, didn't you?
Yeah. When we picked it up, you said it was worth 25 gold.
Okay, so that's what he looks at it and goes, well, the man just sort of shrugs, doesn't think he would have a use for it. But Rictavio goes, I'll give you 15 for that.
15? Ivory ages very well.
Aye, but it's not got a lot of useful value to me. I just think it's pretty.
No useful value on your beautiful hair?
He smiles but goes, flattery will get you everywhere. Fine. 18 gold.
Accept.
Okay. Okay. So I'll now move to Porky. So you've approached the guards at the gate. The gates are currently open, they're not closed like when you arrived. The guards are there with their pikes, just sort of. One of them turns and looks at you and goes, oh, morning.
Good morning. She puts on the big smile, as she's noticed everybody else seems to be doing, despite her.
Yeah.
She kind of, pushes the bad mood back, which this guy seems to be doing, like with his tiredness.
Yeah.
I wonder if I might trouble you for some assistance. I'm going to pull out my paperwork and give it to him to read.
He has a look and goes, He seems to look at it for a moment, yawns, and then seems to like, slap himself on the face once. And sorry, it was a fairly late night. Reads it over. So it seems that you, where you come from, you have at least some influence and rank.
I don't need much. I simply need a few bits and pieces. I show the rusted armor and I just say, as you can see, I'm a bit damaged.
Well, unfortunately, it's not really up to me to provide equipment. That would be...
That's not a problem. Would you point me in the right direction?
What was his name? Just a second, let me just find the guy's name. Nope, it's the wrong thing. Yeah, you would need to speak to Isaac Strahd. He would be in charge of that. It's possible that he may have some work you can do to earn some equipment, but normally the equipment is only for the guards. Though, of course, we aren't really needed that much. After all, happiness keeps this town safe.
I can see. You're doing a marvellous job.
We do our best, we do our best.
Where can I find... What's his name? Strahd.
Isaac Strahd.
Strahd.
You would most likely...
Strahd yet.
Strahd.
You'll most likely find him patrolling the town with guards, or perhaps at one of the other gates. If not, he'll be at the Burgomaster's mansion, reporting.
Lovely. Thank you very much. I'll make sure to take back my paperwork.
Yeah.
Can you need that?
If you're looking to earn some money, though, and perhaps some favor in the town, there is a lake up to the north where you could, which has good fishing some times of the year. You might be able to provide some food for the festival. I'm sure the Burgomaster would appreciate it.
Well, if it means that I can upgrade and keep myself a little bit safer on my journey, then I'm sure I'll look into it. Thank you for your help.
He nods.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Okay, so at this point I would say the rest of the party, unless you want to be doing anything in the stockyard or town fair, would probably have gone back to the inn with Rictavio.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just move you there. Portkey would probably head just
She's gonna go looking for this guy
Okay.
that she needs to find.
So probably just wander around the town for a bit.
See if she can pick up on any rumours or people talking about him. She'll ask for directions if she has to, but she'd rather not.
Roll me a D100.
Uh-oh. 86.
After wandering about a bit, you do... Yeah, I'll say you get around to this gate on your walking about, and you do see the man who, because you've already met, technically you've already seen this guy. The party saw him at the town centre before you had to head off, so or after you had to head off. So you would recognize this man, but just for you, this is the man in question.
Oh, that guy.
Mm,
I see you have an axe. I have one too. Sorry.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
He seems to notice you and just sort of looks at you for a moment and goes, "Yes, what do you want?"
Hello, I was talking to one of your soldiers, one of your guards, one of your men. I'm not sure quite how you describe them here. And subordinates. Very good. And I was told I could find you here. I've come to ask for some assistance.
What assistance, and make it quick. I am a busy man.
I, again, show the paperwork. Let me just click the doobly-doo. That one. And just, if you have any simple equipment, armor, shields, the like, that I might, old things, perhaps slightly damaged. I'm on a bit of a mission myself.
He seems to read over your information for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And goes, and why exactly should I provide equipment, one else or otherwise, for an outsider such as yourself?
I was told that perhaps you might have a couple of jobs that need doing in exchange.
He thinks for a moment.
If it's a problem, then I shall respectfully be on my way. I don't wish to be a bother.
Let me just...
You just seem like a very friendly, hospitable city, town, village. She's addressing a military superior. She's gonna be mannered.
Well... As you may be aware, there is a lake to the north of here, where, for a while, we managed to get a large amount of fish. Recently, however, people have been too afraid to travel that way for fear of wolves and other such things. If you can perhaps cull their numbers a bit, then perhaps I can provide you with some assistance.
I'm more than happy to look into it, but I would need the equipment in order to be as effective as possible. Wolves are nothing to shrug at. My companion's not nearly as hardy as you and your men.
Then it seems you have reached a dilemma. You need this equipment, but you must earn this equipment, and it appears you are not brave enough to go without it to face wolves.
Then I will be on my way. I'll take my paperwork back then.
He
Good luck
nods.
finding someone to sort your wolf problem.
You can try to roll persuasion if you wanted to, actually, before he makes his mind, actually. That makes sense.
Okie dokie. 14.
It's actually fairly good. So, retract a bit, rewind. We'll go in slightly. I cannot provide you with armor, but I can provide you with arms to aid you. Pikes, swords, etc. Unfortunately, armor is in short supply, and the burgomaster would have my head if it wasn't earned. But he will understand me perhaps lending out some basic equipment to aid you.
That would be most helpful. I will speak with my companions, and we will, if they agree to this work, then I will see you shortly.
I will probably be around town. If not, you can find me at the burgomaster's mansion, which he'll explain how to get there.
Very good. Thank you for your time.
He nods, and then, as you would have had to walk past the stockyard on your way there, you would have noticed that your party aren't there currently. So where would you have headed to?
Probably back to the inn, to be fair.
Okay, then I will just say that everyone is back at the inn. You'll probably arrive at similar-ish time, I'll say, just for ease. And Rictavio is sort of sitting there at one of the tables with the rest of the group and looks to Helweir. Sort of says, "So, let's hear your story then, my friend."
So I start recounting the tale of how Elias and Helweir were at a concert earning fame, fortune, among other things. Ended up here, and he'll go through the whole story of the death house, finding the children's ghosts, being locked in the house, the demise of one of our acquaintances, skipping over the part where he got stuck to the mimic, before recounting the fight in the basement with the cultists and the swamp creature.
Yeah.
And then the final act of laying the children's bodies to rest, which you would have heard of from Eos and everyone else.
Okay, roll me a
Full
performance check.
Do I get that with advantage, considering it's all...
Is
I just
anyone
won't run my luck.
aiding you in this?
I'd probably be piping in at anything that seemed
I'd
like
admit, yeah.
Okay, so you can have advantage. And you have guidance cast on you, so...
No, I
D4.
don't know what guidance does.
Roll a
so...
d4. So
it's
it's 23. He smiles and then reaches over and says, "Then let me have your sword, and unless there's another weapon you would prefer to be upgraded so it's suitable for these lands."
Upgraded how? Out of curiosity.
In the way that what good monster hunters should have on their blades, silver.
Then with that, I will slide one of my scimitars across the table to him.
Do we both get that because we were both telling the story?
Nope, it was only promised to him.
God damn it.
So he will silver your scimitar, but it will be the next day that he does that, so you don't
Yep.
have your scimitar for a bit.
Oh god, that'll be fun.
So he now looks to the rest of the party and goes, "So, you have travelled here and have done so and faced great dangers, it seems. But how exactly can I help you, do you think? What information do you require? I know much about these lands.
Anything on Strahd, really. Where he makes his appearances. If he has any I guess, weaknesses we can exploit. We have heard of a legend that, or a common phrase that Strahd is ancient, Strahd is the land, and that to weaken the land is to weaken Strahd. Is there a presence here in Barovia that we might be able to aid in defeating, perhaps?
He seems to pause for a while and then says, there are three bits of useful information I can possibly provide. Actually, four, thinking about it. Firstly, I presume you have met Isaac on your travels in town.
Who?
The head of the guard, the burgomaster's
Oh.
assistant.
I've seen him once, yes. I think.
Yes. He was potentially hiding at a time, but he has a rather fiendish deformity, a monstrous arm with which he can conjure flames. It's with this that he has become such a feared figure in this town.
Fire start.
Are you saying he serves Strahd?
I would not say that, but he has been deformed in a monstrous way. It seems odd that
You reckon it's connected to the curse? Or
just a second. From the small amount of tales I've been able to tell from this, Isaac once travelled north and as a young boy and lost his arm. After years of doing work within this town for the burgomaster, he had grown a new arm to replace the one he had lost. It's odd. I don't know whether it's a curse, something to do with Strahd or other things, but it's worth noting at least. He also and at this point he looks over at Irina and goes, he has a rather odd interest here, though. I don't believe he's aware that you're in this town as of yet.
an interest, did you say?
Yes.
Well, best you stay here in the inn until we figure out what he's really up to. It is noted, though, that strange arm. What else?
The reason, perhaps, why I say he has a strange interest is that, well, perhaps not in you exactly, but one who looks like you. He has forced a local toy maker to make a doll, and it looks almost exactly like you.
Not creepy in the slightest.
Yes.
That is most definitely disturbing and worrying, seeing as that Strahd himself is the one who is after you.
She nods. I should probably keep up my disguise, I guess. I thought here I would be safe, but it seems that perhaps not all is as it seems.
And we'll keep using your fake name as well. But that is one of 4 pieces of information you said?
Yes.
What else?
The second is Fiona Wachter.
Sorry, you cut out completely. there.
Sorry. There is a woman by the name of Lady Fiona Wachter in the town. This is purely potentially circumstantial, but she has been often
Keep going.
she has been often quoted as saying that she'd rather serve the devil than a madman. She seems to hold an intense hatred for the Burgomaster, and her sons, Nikolai and Karl, are troublemakers, and yet the Baron does not confront them.
Why does that sound familiar? We've heard of that name before, haven't we? Wachter? I look to the party. Cool. I look back to Victoria.
No one.
Well, it's okay. And this third piece of information?
There are 2 areas outside town which perhaps meet what you're looking for. Places where perhaps evil can be defeated in order to
Weaken the land.
whether it weakens the land or west of town. And he pulls out a map, and I will take you to the world map.
To the west.
Yes.
We have business in the west.
Where is it on the map? Yeah, he indicates. You're all on the map now?
Yep.
Hopefully. Yeah, he indicates this area on the map. There.
Where?
This. Here.
Ah.
Yeah. There is a mansion that is haunted. Legends tell that a dragon died there long, long ago.
Okay, and now what resides there?
That, let's see.
Not a ghost, but a dragon ghost. I don't think we've really had much luck with the undead here already.
Do you know what color dragon as well?
Silver. At least so say the rumours.
Well,
That's a plus side at least, isn't it? If I remember my chromatic scale correctly.
It is
Yeah,
believed that spirits of an order of knights reside there.
spirits. And you say that perhaps they're up to no good, and that if we stop them weakening the land, so to speak, it'll help us.
Some of the spirits from there have been known to wander across the land and then return to there. If they are stopped, then the roads will be safer, and thus there will be less evil in the land, and perhaps with that the land will be weakened, but I cannot say for certain.
Well, nonetheless, if they are evil spirits or not, they need to be put to rest. Thank you, Octavio. Was there anything else?
Yes, there was one last area south of town, and I actually need to look at where the hell this is in the map. Yeah, here.
Mm-hmm.
There is a town that has been abandoned for decades. Supposedly, its burgomaster committed some terrible offense and incurred the wrath of Strahd. It's possible there's something there.
I will perhaps check it out. The same burgomaster that lives here?
No, not this burgomaster.
Oh, right. A different one. Okay then, well. Sounds like we've got a few leads. Tell me, you seem to be good with this map of yours. Do you know how long it would take, travel-wise, to reach this winery? I'll point on the map.
Yeah, the winery is here. It's, if you follow the roads, it's about...
It's about what, sorry?
About 7 miles.
7 miles. Okay, yeah, that's not really bad. We could do that in a day easily. Less than that even.
Yeah.
Well, it's still early in the day. Perhaps if we want to do these jobs in chronological order. Raven, are you eager to help out your friend? Good. All right then. We shall.
I think she's muted.
No, she's not at the big computer at the moment, by the looks of it.
Oh.
Okay. I'll just assume Raven says at least probably yes.
Raven says death to all people, and he wishes to slaughter children and
that's not good.
animals and steal everything from beneath their feet.
That's a dark sense of humor he has there.
Yeah, but Rictavio will say you may have some difficulties getting out of town for the next few days.
Why?
Well, simply put, the festival. You've arrived in time for it, so the burgomaster probably won't be happy with you leaving till the festival is over.
Promise we'll be back in time. After all, it's 2 days away, right? We can get to the winery and back.
If I look at the map, can I see where the lake is from here?
Yep, it's this
It's
massive
literally
lake.
that, yeah. So in theory, it's on the way to this winery.
Well, the town you're in is here, and it basically occupies like these 4 squares. So you could potentially go to the lake and then loop around this bit of forest.
Yeah.
If you wanted.
Is the big lake you're looking for?
Sneaky, porky.
So I'm going to mention to the group that, okay, I went to go and see about getting us some equipment. We've been offered a job at the lake in exchange for this equipment, but judging from what this guy's just said, the guy who gave me the job is a bit on the fence, on dodgy, but we could use it as an excuse to leave the city, village, town. What do you call this thing?
It's a town.
Okay. Porky's comment isn't great, so she's not sure which one it is.
They call it Valaki.
Malarkey, got it.
Valaki.
But we could use that as a means of getting out.
It's not a bad idea.
And earn some gear.
It's certainly not a bad idea, though. Some
Cutting
of the
out.
words. Sorry. It's certainly not a bad idea, but it would mean travelling through at least some of the woods. Depends how confident you are.
Well, I mean, we'd be leaving and heading straight towards the winery, am I correct?
We'd still need to travel through the area, and he did say there were wolves around.
Yeah, so basically, yeah.
Wolves and wine.
But I mean, taking care of some of those wolves on our way kind of also does the job at the same time, so we're not going to get in too much trouble when we come back.
What exactly was the job he gave?
Just to cut down some of the number of wolves, because their fishing is suffering because they can't get to the lake.
Right.
So the people of this town are probably soon to be starving. There's not much food here to begin with.
Well, then perhaps that would be the one to start with. That sounds like a bit more of a priority than, well, wine.
Wolves then wine.
Well,
It's 2 birds, 1 stone, essentially.
Yeah.
you do say that, but wine is the lifeblood of this city, of Barovia itself.
We're not saying we won't do
I
the
know.
wine.
He's more
Don't
just
get the wrong
explaining
idea.
the importance of it. Like, it doesn't seem important, but for a lot of people, it's kind of wine or death.
Porky was raised by dwarves. Dwarves and ale tend to go hand in hand. She's kind of like, no, I get it.
So then please tell me, if you know your people so well, would they prefer to starve to death? Or would they prefer to die starving to death with a drink in their hand?
Now, who said they were my people? I simply travelled here. As
Well,
for
you're-
what they would prefer, well, that's hard to decide.
I wouldn't mind.
After
a
all,
decent-
here they'll just grin and bear it.
Well then, I don't
we
care
can
what
fight.
order. Whichever way
we
just
just
gets
fight
us
stuff.
from
I
A to
would
B
agree.
quickly.
Sorry, go on.
We'll just do... I lost my train of thought, go on.
It was literally how it would just basically say he wouldn't mind a decent drink in his hand, sort of referring to like ale and.
Oh, you won't find much of that. It's all wine.
Yeah, I've realised.
But the purple grape smash has a certain...
Sorry, a certain
It's
what?
a certain ale-y quality. It's served in pints.
Pints of wine. Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not joking. Literally in Barovia, the town you started in, you did get served wine in a pint.
Well, let's weigh up the options here. We take the guard's route, and we maybe get some armor, of which I just look around the group. 95% of the group don't need.
I'm going to clarify, he didn't say armor, he said weaponry.
Sorry, weaponry, in which 95%, in fact, I think 100% of the group don't need. But the people of Barovia get, or the people of Valakia get fed. Or we can go to the winery, help out the tavern owner, and potentially have a roof under our head, information, allies. If I'm honest, the tavern owner seems a bit more of an asset than just pitchforks and torches.
You're
Why not?
right, Cam.
No.
How much wine have you drank, Cam?
I'm gonna go back to Kashan in a minute.
How much wine have you had? I've seen you swinging out what looks like a wine bottle. So.
There was literally a glass worth left, so I ain't having that.
And holy shit, this is the first time I'm seeing you with your hair down. I didn't realise it was that long.
Yeah, they used to be longer.
It did.
Yeah.
But why can't we do both?
What do you mean, do both?
We use the wolf situation as an excuse to get out of the city, otherwise we can't leave. On our way to the wine place, we've got to go past the lake anyway. We just deal with the situation as we go through.
Oh, we have to go past it on the way? Oh, well,
Yeah.
that's no
We
brainer.
need to get out of the town. This is the point, but you're not allowed to leave. Whereas if we've got permission from the burgomaster to leave to do this job,
Well,
we
we
have to
could have
go
gone.
that way.
Yeah, we could have gone out anyway and used that excuse. But yeah, that works. Let's do it.
Burgomaster.
We may as well leave now.
It still makes Hellweir laugh here in Burgermaster.
Right.
Burger.
Burger.
So you guys are going to head out towards the lake.
The master of burgers.
It's right, it's, McDonald's and Burger King.
Do you think
they're the
he?
two
Do you
rivals.
think if he got promoted, he'd be the Burger King?
Jesus Christ. Right, we're fucking leaving this town.
I mainly just see the look on James's face.
So you're travelling up north.
I'm dying first tonight, guys.
You will. Oh,
Yeah, I will, yeah.
will the travelling order be the same? Just for, with the exception of Irina, she's staying in town.
I'll say sort of middle ground again. Because I'm not squishy or I'm not tanky, but yeah.
Aos, you taking lead on this one?
Oh, stop.
Aos? Okay, I'll take lead on this one.
Aos has gone sleepy bye-byes again.
It's cut off for it again.
I'll sort of swap you two round just for the time being.
Yeah, I'll just take the
be
lead.
Like that, sort of. That works. Alright, so let me get my information on the lake up. Alright. So, as you travel towards the gate of the town, the guards go to stop you, but upon seeing... Actually, you'd want to go find the guy first, wouldn't you? Because he's going to give you equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, say you wander around town a little bit, but eventually find... I assume these are your companions.
They are.
Then follow me to the garrison and we will see what we can do in terms of equipment.
Thank you.
And he leads you off.
She's just going to really quickly turn around, literally do like that to Raven. She's like, I'm watching you.
Yeah, so...
Behave.
let
I
me
mean, you
just-
left me on my own before.
This is a different situation.
Aha, you are definitely talking to me again. Excellent.
Oh, do be quiet.
Just...
Were you two just, like, ship or something?
Yeah.
Beg pardon?
Porky's confused.
Is Aos
So,
again?
so in the garrison, he basically shows you that there are a bunch of pikes, there are some short swords, some spears, but that's about it in terms of equipment.
Are there any decent arrows? Even crappy ones will do, to be fair.
That's a good point, actually. Raven, would you have been trying to make arrow ready whilst all these conversations were happening?
Probably.
Okay, roll me...
I could give you a hand if you wanted my assistance.
By all means.
I would say, Porky, roll me... Actually, I need to think what I would need to roll for this.
I've been casting guidance as well.
Yep, so roll me... And I'm going to say sleight of hand check.
I assume
Advantage.
Raven.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said Porky. I assumed you meant
sorry, Raven, sorry. Yeah, so Raven, roll a sleight of hand check, add advantage,
Oh my
and
word.
roll a 1d4 to add to it. Okay, so you managed to successfully make 16 arrows.
Nice.
Excellent, thank you.
Some of them are tipped, and maybe you found a few bits of like loose iron scraps which you can make, but essentially, yeah.
Cool.
In here, they don't really have you don't see any arrows on display. It's almost like if anything, maybe they're in another room. You also don't see any armor displayed, just these short swords, pikes, and spears, basically.
Okay.
So,
Everything we don't need.
yeah.
I mean, I'll take a pike. Sort of
Pike's a
heft
reach
one.
weapon, so.
Yeah. I'll heft a pike.
Okay, so.
That'd be 700 gold.
Yeah.
Pike. What damage is a pike? 1d.
Just a second. I'll just. Well, you
If I was saying that, is a pike... sorry, not a pike. Is a spear one-handed or two?
can be both. I think. Pretty sure
Yeah, it can be
spear's
either one, I think.
versatile.
Can a pike?
No.
Pike's two-handed.
Yeah, you've got
I
a
want to
pike.
spend 1d8.
Nope. 1d10 a pike.
Alright, I added... Oh, there we go, I'll just delete that one.
Yeah.
I started adding it.
Yeah, they're 1d10. They're heavy, they're reach two-handed.
And I can use one
Yep.
with my 0 strength.
Yep. They're not great, but... for you, but they're reach.
I'm just picturing all these weapons just sort of hanging off his back now.
Yeah, so, anyone else taking anything?
Nope.
I mean, I more wanted like a shield or some armor, but there's nothing
Yeah.
here, so no.
Yeah. Okay, so,
You have to earn that shit.
so he
Oh.
leads you to the
Sorry,
gate.
did you say they were like a javelin or something? Any
Yes.
range throwing weapon?
There's pikes, spears, and short swords. So spears are throwing, technically.
Yeah, I'll take a few spears. How many are we allowed to take?
I'll say you can have 2 spears.
Sure, I'll take them.
Are they for chucking?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can chuck
Strength
spears, yeah.
based.
Yeah, I'll take a couple as well then.
They're a
Okay.
strength-based throwing weapon.
Oh,
you
no,
two
never
should
mind.
know how, you should know how to drag them. So,
Yeah. Cool.
Okay, so with that, you're led out of town and you're able to travel up towards the lake. I'm gonna... as Cade is currently leading the party, I'll put Cade up front. And... what was I going to do? There was...
I'm gonna say to Eos, like, take a break for today. I think I can take up front.
Nonsense. I'm perfectly fine. I can still hold my own.
Nonsense. Back of the queue. I got
You're going to
this.
be needing this then, aren't you? And I grab his shoulder, clench it a little bit harder than what you normally need it to be, and cast aid on him, myself, and I think Porky.
Thank you. Oh, wow, I don't need to change it. I've still got that on.
Yeah. Got 5 extra HP.
Awesome. Thank you.
Interesting. Okay. Right, so as you leave town, Raven, you notice that shortly after leaving, a raven is sitting atop a tree watching the party as they leave.
Shoot it.
It's definitely like the eyes are tracking and all that lot.
Yeah, it seems to be.
Okay. He just looks at it, smiles, doesn't mention that it's there.
Damn it, I didn't realise my headset stopped working.
Okay. Leading on.
Yep. There it is. Why is that down there?
Just as a quick one, does anyone have like a dagger I could acquire for now?
You could have taken one of the short swords. Those.
Yeah, I just realised that.
I say you can have one just for ease.
Yeah. Is it the same stat-wise as a scimitar, or is it?
No. I will.
D6, D8.
Yeah, I'll drag it onto your sheet for you.
Yeah, I just remembered you said that I lost one of my scimitars and I need the two weapons of my ace.
There you go.
Well, thank you.
Now, rather than be, I guess, wandering around the woods for hours on end, maybe we can lure these things out.
Potentially.
You can make quite a racket, can't you, Elias?
Yeah.
I don't make rackets.
Are you talking about using the bard as bait?
Not just bait. I mean, he can make a fine meal.
I mean, you had me
good
at
idea after our wake-up call this morning.
I was about to say, I think we're on the right track with using the bard as bait.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that right, Elias?
All in favour? Aye.
Aye.
Alright.
That's the worst companions ever.
That's what you get for
You're going
waking
to
us up.
roll me a performance check. Unless you're going to resist and not play.
Resist play. Oh, he does it.
Yeah, boy, here we go.
Let's see.
Try to make it sound like a howling as well. Why not?
I start singing "How much is that wolfie in the woods?"
Oh. What the night? What is that?
That wasn't meant to roll on there. Why didn't that roll into my thing? Oh, I know why that didn't. That's fine.
That's not a wolf.
No.
Strange looking
Right.
dog.
So as you're playing, a figure walks out of the woods with the stride and bearing of one who knows no fear. Clad in rusty armour, it clutches a gleaming longsword in its pale hand and looks ready
By
for
any
a
chance,
fight.
is it looking ready for a fight?
It does look ready for a fight indeed.
Doesn't
I
appreciate
will draw my
waking up.
weapons.
I say, hail, traveller. We are hunting wolves to make the path clear and safe.
Yes.
We mean you no ill will.
Going to put myself between the party and this
There
walk.
is a bit of a distance between you. From a distance, it looks like a zombie.
Oh god.
But you can roll me an insight check if you wish.
I shall.
So, Eos, is this one worth saving?
With some guidance. Of course.
This one, you can see intelligence and hate in its sunken eyes. It's clad in tattered chainmail.
Bless you.
That's you.
Gesundheit.
Did you say hate and malice? Okay.
Yeah, it raises its sword and points at you.
Me?
Who do you serve?
I'll change something later.
I serve the hero that is going to slay the devil.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay. Can I guidance myself as well?
If you wish.
I will. Every single roll. Alright, persuasion. There's a GCO 6.
He tilts its head and looks at some of the rest of the party. And then looks to Cade, I would say, and goes, "You, who do you serve?"
I serve the ones who wish to lift the curse upon this land.
Okay, persuasion check. And you can have advantage because I'm going to consider that Chris has helped you.
Okay.
Guidance? I'll also
You can
guide him.
guidance if you wish.
I always wish.
Can I technically use that as a deception?
Wait,
No,
are you...
because you're telling the truth. Well, no.
I'm not I mean, it's a half truth.
You, I would, yes, I suppose.
I'm trying to rid the land of its curse, but I'm not doing it for the people.
Yeah, so
Alright.
I'll let it be deception if that's what you would rather roll.
Oh,
Oh my god.
11.
He lowers his sword and says, "If you seek to rid this land of the evil one who plagues it, then travel to Argynvostholt and convince Vladimir Hornguard to aid you."
Argon, what now?
Argynvostholt.
Yeah, could we get a copy paster in that? Thank you.
Argynvostholt.
Vladimir leads the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Wait.
He may be able to assist you in your...
You speak of the lost spirits. We thought
He-
those were dead. That order.
He tilts his head and goes, "And in this land you really believe that would stop them?"
This is a very intelligent revenant.
I mean, he's wearing chainmail and has a long sword. He's clearly some sort of paladin, but you know.
Right.
We shall heed your word, traveler. Do you also seek to defeat the devil?
I
You should
would
join
like,
us.
I would like nothing more to kill him, but I cannot venture forth to the castle until I receive orders from Vladimir.
But who do you fight for?
I fight for my order,
Which is...
I- the Order of the Silver Dragon.
And you look to protect the people of this land?
I look for vengeance against the evil that plagues this land.
Yeah, deal. I'm in. Sounds good.
Yeah, and he explains that the place, he says, is west of the river, essentially southwest from the town. It's
Yeah, I think we're looking
basically.
at that.
Yeah,
Okay.
and with that he walks away, begins to walk through the woods.
Wait, have you seen any wolves?
Many.
I hear one.
I do apologise. That's my little shite bag of a dog that doesn't know how to shut up.
I think it's funny that, like, you know, you played this song to attract a wolf, and instead it attracts, like, an angry revenant that's like, it's evil!
Now, after he rudely interrupted my performance, I get back to the song.
Yeah, if you hear more of this, just assume it's us.
Okay.
Can I assist in the song play or join the song playing?
You can.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna actually try
this?
to look for tracks.
Is that your survival check?
Anyone?
Don't be smart.
Walkie's not smart. She's
Nice.
probably, yeah, she's like the dumbest person here, but she's gonna look anyway.
Every time you play it, just a random encounter.
You do not see any tracks.
Oh no!
She will still try to look.
Wait, I'm gonna try and assist, maybe? Wait, have you actually rolled anything?
Porky,
Yeah.
those are your own footprints.
I can't see the roll.
Rude.
There, it's 3 on survival.
Oh. Oh yeah, it lagged out. Oh god. Yeah, that's poor.
Okay. I'm going to say that after a while of playing and searching,
Yeah, can we be moving at the same time? We're trying to obviously wrap
Yeah.
around, aren't we?
yeah, so I will say, once
We'll go
you
through the woods, maybe?
are you going to go to the lake first and then cut round, or are you going to cut straight through?
Well, are they water wolves? What's...
No, but you were told that they were near the lake because
Right, okay, sure. Then, yes, we will pretend to be hapless fishermen who are singing a song about fishing and...
I'm going to pull out my spear and hold it as an improvised fishing rod.
Yeah,
Right.
me too.
at
Great
the
day
foot
for
of a
fishing.
mountain, nestled in the misty forest, is a large lake. The water is perfectly still and dark, reflecting on the black clouds overhead like a monstrous mirror. Pulled up along the south shore are 3 small rowboats. A 4th rowboat can be seen in the middle of the lake, where the lone figure sitting at fishing pole in hand.
The bloody... At least it appears to be still one brave soul. Hail!
He doesn't seem to be able to hear you. He's quite far out on the lake.
Oh. Okay. Let me check.
From the shore where you are, he's about like half a mile out.
Maybe you should.
Mind you, is it the little dot in the middle of the lake?
Let me.
If you go from where the marker is, go 2
No,
up
it's
and then
not.
2 across. Yeah, that thing.
No, it's
I don't know how to get the pings to appear on the map.
no, not that one.
Just hold down, click.
Yeah, we're not going in the middle of the lake with that thing. That looks like a creepy guy.
That's how all denizens look in Strahd, didn't you know?
I'm just going to look out.
Right there.
I'm going to look out to the boat and turn to the rest of the group. Doesn't it seem a little strange that we've been sent out here to clear a path so people could go fishing, and there's now people here?
Yeah, well, obviously there's some people would rather starve than die. I mean,
Starve and die,
than
eh?
starve. I mean, get eaten by wolves than starve to death. That's the way I meant it.
Perhaps a word of warning to himself that we're going to be here might be an idea then.
Yeah,
He's too far out for that.
is it? Damn it.
Yeah,
Unless
he's half a
we-
mile out.
Unless we want to sail out to him and tell him.
I was going to say, are there any boats?
No,
There are. There's
3.
3 rowboats.
Oh, 3 rowboats.
big creepy lake, and we want to be sailing a half a mile out. No!
I am going to say at this point we will take a break, but not before. You know, of course, from what you've been told, this land is home to many wolves. But the hows at the moment are far too close for comfort. It seems they are nearby.
Perfect.
And
Yay.
with that, we will take a break, and then when we come back, we will go straight into combat.
Oh no.
Just roll
Oh.
initiative before we go.
Thank you.
No, because we've got to do it on the battle map and so. But
Alright.
I will
My
put
bad.
you. I will drag you guys onto the battle map.
I mean, if we
Alright, just quickly sign us off for a break.
Yeah.
if we don't row out
Yeah.
ourselves to the lake, then how else are we going to find those water wolves?
Jamie, give us a sec.
I just
Yeah. So everyone, we will be back momentarily after this short break.
Okay.
every time. Okay. Right. So, welcome back, everyone. Our party have been wolf hunting and found one. And we're going to go straight into combat, starting with Elias. Who appears to have frozen and may have lost connection again.
Yay!
Nice.
Oh no!
Jamie?
Yeah, Matt. You did it again.
Okay, it's your turn.
Yeah.
I will say, just for setting the scene, as you're deciding whether to go out on the boat, you hear this howling, then from the woods around you, including the woods behind you, stalk 12 wolves in 3 separate groups of 4. They seem to have you basically surrounded, with the only way to escape really to go into or fight your way through.
Which one is the closest?
To you, this one.
I can't see because it's cut out.
Oh.
You can.
Topmost. I don't know if he dropped out again or not.
Top left.
Yeah.
Right.
It's about 55 feet away from you, which is the closest.
I'll shoot at it with disadvantage.
Oh, sorry.
So you might have to roll for me. I'm not sure if it's going to come up, but I'll click it anyway.
Okay. What are you trying to hit with, sorry?
The crossbow.
Okay.
And then I'll give. I'll give
roll.
hell yeah. No, I'll give Porky inspiration.
Okay. Okay, so you fire off your. So you're giving Porky inspiration. I'll put that onto Porky. I don't know. What do I like as an inspiration symbol? You can have that. That'll do. You fire off, but your crossbow bolt sadly misses.
Oh, it rolled on now. Okay.
No, I rolled it for you. Because it hadn't come up. Halweir.
I will just pick up one of my spears and throw it at the pack over to the left-hand side from where we're looking. But I can't make the ring appear when I click on things.
Your cut.
Yeah. No, I don't know how.
Hold it. You have to hold it down.
Oh. Wait, hold.
Hold down your
Yeah,
left.
that one. Yes,
Yeah.
I found it, yes.
Okay.
I'll throw a spear at that.
Okay, because of the distance, it will be at disadvantage, I believe.
Oh, what's the range of the spears again?
Let me check. Okay.
Yeah, 20-60.
Yeah, you're going to be basically just on the cusp of your throwing distance, basically.
So I'd have to go. Yeah.
You can of course move. You got 30-foot movement. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna 5, 10. Hey, you know what? I'll take it at disadvantage.
Okay.
I'm squishy.
Roll that hit.
Disadvantage.
That is a miss.
Yep.
Now, I would go to Porky, however, there is another combatant here.
As a thing, I'm just gonna draw my scimitar and short sword if I can. I believe because my dual wield can do that, or I can't remember.
What are those? Those are crows.
Those are swarms of ravens. However, they don't go for you. These swarms appear to go for various members of.
Peck, peck.
Oh my god, that is a deadly swarm of.
Wow.
Basically, flies. Basically, tear it to shreds. One of them.
Jesus Christ!
Pretty much.
Not as devastating, but I didn't realise they were quite bad. But okay, so it appears that ravens have come to help. It is now Porky's turn.
Okie dokie. Where's that mark? Is that on my token?
That's you've got inspiration, bardic. 1d6 currently.
Okie dokie. So first things first, I would like to rage.
Yep.
And when I do, this is the new thing that I have now. Ancestral Protectors. Ta-da! I will click the duty dead, but for some reason only half of it copy pasted. But I have it here in front of me as well, so I can read it out if needed.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that symbol for that because fist up.
So the beginning part that's missing, it says starting when you choose. Wait, no, I don't need to read that part. While you're raging, the first creature you hit with an attack on your turn becomes the target of the warriors, which hinder its attacks.
Okay. Yeah.
And then that's where that next bit starts.
Yeah.
Until the start of your next turn. Blah 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 blah.
Okay. So that's your bonus action.
So yeah. And then I am going to. Hang on, just got to check something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna launch a javelin over at this guy.
Okay. That'll be at disadvantage, I believe, but
That is fine.
unless you want to get closer and then.
Actually, yeah, I've got movement, haven't I?
Yeah.
That would be the smart thing to do, but Porky's dumb, so we'll go there. Hang on. Yeah. We'll go there, and then I'll hurl it.
I can't remember what the range is on a javelin.
Same as a spear, I believe.
So we'll still be at disadvantage, I think. Have to move 2 more squares to be. And you.
That's proficiency.
Yeah.
I know throw javelin are 30 to 120.
Okay, so nope, you wouldn't be at disadvantage from there. That would be flat.
It is flat, yeah.
Yeah.
21.
That is a solid hit. Roll for damage.
And also rage damage as well, so it's +2. Why are you not? There we go. So that's 7.
Okay, and I will mark him with the same symbol as your ancestral guardians, which I've decided is.
You'll notice that her ancestral guardians, like, 3 of them are human-sized, and then the rest are all dwarves.
I've completely lost the symbol. There it is. Right, so that one's. So that's a nice solid hit. And it is now Raven's turn.
Excellent. And excellent. So, I'm going to use my movement and my bonus action to dash right up to this fellow here.
Yep.
If I've got the right thing back on. Ba-dum. And get the rapier out. Just gonna roll. 23.
That's a solid hit.
Excellent. And then I'll add the sneak attack on. So 12 in total.
You get sneak attack?
Yeah, because I'm
That's it.
attacking it too.
Yes, but
you have to be
sneak
in-
attack within 5 feet.
Okay, just 8 then.
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, that's enough to kill her. I was just confirming as to where that extra came from. Just
That's fine, that's fine.
Yep.
Just I will say he doesn't look happy about having to kill wolves. He doesn't like killing animals, but
Yeah.
you know, this is part of their job, so but he's not happy about
Right.
this.
He's probably shook by the appearance of one of the ancestors too, by the way.
Right. Now, it would be Chris, but I think he's still having technical issues, so...
You did leave a
and-
message in the
Yeah,
chat.
I know. Also, I
Right.
should really put some better music on. That'll do. No, it's not battle-y enough. What's... Wait, is Chad playing music? Still?
Yeah.
Yeah, screw it. What's this one? Nope, that's Medieval Battle.
No, I have Chad muted because I lose track of everything then.
Ah, we're back. Well, I'm back.
You're very quiet.
Am I?
That's better.
Selecting as suitable music.
Yeah, I'm gutted because I rolled it and it took a few seconds to come in, and I actually got a decent roll, but you
Just
already
second.
rolled on me.
Just a second. I
Dude,
want this to be at least a bit more interesting. No. Why is there no good music on as well?
Sorry. Oh, Chris isn't here.
Yeah, I'll do his thing in a sec. That'll do. Where'd they go? Right, so Chris is going to cast Shield of Faith on himself because that's what he said he would do. That's a good shield symbol, that'll do. And is then going to Sacred Flame, which, having not played one of these ranged, well, this type of 60 foot, so I'll just go for that one over there. They need to make a dex save. They fail, so they'll take 1d8 damage. Okay, so they get Radiant Flames come down, smash into this wolf, but it's not enough to bring it down. It is then... Which pack of wolves is this? My bottom pack? Ah, it's my bottom pack of wolves. What's their movement distance? D. 10, 9, 10, 15, 30, 35, 40, dash. 15, 20.
Okay, we're good. Fine.
There we go.
Alright, how many did I kill?
You didn't kill any, but you did.
Alright. You want to change Sacred Flame so it does actually roll?
Yeah, I should do that at some point.
I'll do it.
Yep.
I can't do it.
I will do that shortly.
What the hell? Why can't I edit my own spells? None. Bizarre.
Okay, this one will fight against these ravens.
Not the
Oh,
ring.
yes. Some ravens turned up. I'm guessing they're the same ones which we're watching.
Yep, seems that way. That's a solid hit on the ravens, but if I remember how swarms work, yes, they do. So let's.
Cade's still on the back slacking, I think.
It hasn't been my fucking turn yet.
Yeah, that's what we call slacking.
It is now Cade's turn. Did you manage to edit the spell okay, Chris, or do you still need it doing?
I couldn't do it. It's not allowing me to edit my own spells. Oh yeah, now I can. Okay, I can see it now.
You have to press the little I button at the end.
Oh really? Okay. Alright, I'll do it. Don't worry.
Yep.
You keep doing your thing.
Yep. Okay.
So bonus action, I'm going to Hunter's Mark this one.
Okay.
And
Oh card. Fuck.
sorry, I should pop that there. Oh, fine. No, okay, that didn't show the spell as I wanted. But okay,
I know how it works.
that's all fine. And then I shall bring out my silver sword and slash up at it.
Okay.
That's not meant to be advantage, 14.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
Awesome, so that's 5 slashing and 3 extra for the Hunter's Mark.
Yep. Okay.
That's
so
my
it's
turn.
still standing, but it's a good solid hit.
Nice, nice.
10, 15, 40.
I think we lost the music.
Oh, really? Stupid music. Didn't loop.
Fine.
Loop. Okay, and this group of wolves. This one's obviously going to attack the raven.
Holy shit. It says it's not a spell card. And it says it's an output and an attack.
I'll have a look then in a sec. That's a hit on the ravens. And then this one. These two basically gonna get into position to surround Raven.
Uh-oh.
And they will attack with advantage.
What's
Does a
Raven
16
doing?
hit you, Raven?
Yes.
Okay, so take 7 damage and make me a strength save.
Oh. Come on, roll high.
Okay, you are now prone.
He's not strong, guys. He's
Yep.
dexterous.
And then the other one will try to take a bite at you.
Yeah.
Take another 5 damage. And I'll mark you as prone.
Jesus.
Yeah, I'm down to 9.
Well, prepare to see your god again.
And I'll be gone for this, for real this time. I'm not coming back.
Stay together.
Alright, Elias.
So, how far away are they? Pretty damn far. 5, 10, 15, 20. How far away now? Too far. And fuck it, I'm going to have to, aren't I? I'm gonna give a healing word to Raven.
Okay, so that's your bonus action.
Yeah, that's my bonus action.
So Raven gets 8 HP back.
And I'm gonna shoot at this one here.
Yep.
22.
Ooh, tasty.
That's a hit.
10 damage.
Very nice. Still stand.
Damn it.
Looks very heavily injured. Hell, we're. Who is muted? Tank?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I forgot I muted while I was eating chicken.
You still eating chicken?
Yeah, I got full and then I got hungry again, then I got full again. I'm very weird like that. I get full very quickly. Right, sorry. Again, not played a rogue before. How the hell does sneak attack work? Like ruling for it.
If you have advantage or you have an ally within feet of the target or enemy creature to that enemy, basically, then you can sneak.
Right.
So, for example,
You get a sneak attack on Raven.
you get a sneak attack on the two wolves next to Raven. To Cade.
Can I get to the one?
You can get to the one next to Cade, easy enough.
What's the distance to Ravens? Just out of curiosity.
55 feet.
Then I will dash over there.
Okay, so that.
If that works like that, yes.
So
That's double
That-
speed, is it not?
yeah, and then your action surging, I'm guessing.
Action surge, yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go for the one above.
Okay.
So
That one is very heavily injured. Just so you're aware.
all right, then I'll go for the one underneath then, so I can get the sneak attack. You said I'd get advantage with
No,
that
you
or
don't
not?
get
I can't remember.
you don't
No?
get advantage, but you
Right.
get sneak attack. You get sneak attack advantage. That's a hit.
Yes, I have sneak attack tick. Now,
So that's 6 damage. It's still standing.
now I'm gonna hit it again with a short sword. Actually, no, I'm gonna go up to the one above with the short sword.
Okay. That's a hit as well. That wolf is down.
Yeah.
Wouldn't add the sneak attack, and it also
Yeah,
wouldn't add your dex. Oh no, wait, it does for you because 2 weapon
Short sword,
bonds,
yeah.
so- Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your
Yeah.
turn.
I've just got sneak attack ticked always, so I don't forget
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay, brings it round to the Raven's turn. Raven, but the Ravens, it's slightly confusing, but
If it helps, call him Ray.
that one misses.
Or Jay,
Right.
because his middle name starts with J.
That one hits and brings that wolf down. This one's gonna fly up to this one.
Ooh.
Basically, they just sort of fly over this wolf and literally just sort of strip the flesh from its bones.
Ooh.
Angry birds.
Yeah. Right, Porky.
How's one attacking Raven looking?
Looks fairly injured, but still got some fight left in it.
Okay. What about the one near Cade? How's that one?
That one looks more injured, if anything.
Alright, that's cool then. In which case, I'm gonna get me... Hang on, sorry. I need to do measuring. If I could...
If it helps, as you pick up your token, you can press Q, and then you can just move your token around measure as well.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna get to. Oh no, hold on.
I think it's Q anyway.
Why is there a skull on me?
Because you're dead.
That's not a skull. That's a shield symbol.
Oh, okay, right. Yeah,
Alright,
so,
I'm gonna go
To indicate you
to.
had Shield of Faith.
okay. Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to about here, and I'm gonna lob a hand axe. So, 17 to hit.
That's a hit.
Cool.
Which one are you going for?
This one.
Okay. That one is dead. That's the proverbial dodo.
Done?
Yeah, that ends my turn. Sorry.
Okay, Raven.
I'm prone, aren't I?
Yep, so it's half your movement to stand.
Yeah, okay. I'll use that to get up. And can get about there then, I suppose. 15 foot of movement.
Yep.
And I will try to shoot this one that is by Cade.
Yeah, you will get sneak attack on that.
That's a 9.
Unfortunately, that's a miss.
Yeah. I don't know why advantage was on there. But yeah.
Right. Anything else on your turn? So you still got your bonus action, I
I
believe.
do still have my bonus action. But my bonus action doesn't let me actually have a extra attack, does it? So not unless I have an offhand dagger and I'm not close enough. So no.
Yep. Okay. Eos.
I rush to this wolf here, bring down my
Yep.
warhammer,
Okay.
and
That's a hit.
and crack it for 6 bludgeoning, and my go.
Okay. That's your turn. It's now the wolf's turn, starting with those marked blue. So these two are gonna move you. They will both attack with advantage. Does a 21 hit you?
Ugh, just
Okay, so take 5 and make me a strength saving.
drink.
I'm sure you can handle that.
Yep, no problem.
And then the other one will bite you again at advantage. So 22, so that's another 8 damage and another strength save.
7.
You are knocked prone.
Ugh. Not that it matters. They already get advantage. But yeah. Ouch.
Okay. Then this one, which is the only one left of the blues, will go in for a bite on Cade, not at advantage, so an 11 misses.
Yep.
Okay, it's now Cade's turn.
Okay. I'm actually going to leave this one that I'm right next to,
Okay.
and I'm gonna dash straight towards this.
Okay, so we'll get an attack on you.
That's all cool.
Crits, doing 10 damage.
Of course it does.
Of course.
Shame he didn't have disadvantage.
Fuck me.
What was with the con saves?
And I will stab.
Oh yeah, Shield of Faith.
Fuck me.
I will stab down into. Blah blah blah. And in fact, bonus action. I'm going to move Hunter's Mark onto that one.
Can't you only do that when it's dead? I can't remember.
I think I can choose to.
Let me just check.
Yeah, I'll look
So I
over
can never
it.
remember how Hunt.
Yeah, it's when it dies.
Oh,
Yeah,
only
so
when it dies. That sucks.
Should've finished
Okay.
it off, man. Then
Yeah, no, I
move.
could have done.
Oh yeah, you would have had to make a strength save as that will bit you actually.
Oh, okay.
Thinking about it.
16?
You make it, you're fine.
Cool. Yeah, I'll just stab this one in front of me.
Yep.
15.
That's a hit. Okay.
5 slashing.
5 damage. Okay.
In fact, can I... Does Thunderous Smite do radius? I don't think it does.
No.
Never mind.
I think it just adds thunder damage.
No, that's my turn.
Okay, next group of wolves. Actually, which is this group, they will move in on Cade.
Oh, fuck.
And they will now be attacking with advantage. 18 hit.
Just hits.
Okay, so that's 8 damage and a strength save. You easily make the save, and then the other one missed.
Nope.
Okay, and then the final group of wolves are dead. So I'm removing them from turn order, and it's now Elias's turn.
I'm going to cast Bane on this one, and this one.
Nice.
What are you doing?
Bane. Wisdom
On
save.
which ones?
Charisma saves.
On which ones? That one.
Yeah, so these 3.
Okay, charisma saves 1, 2, 3.
The first 2 fail.
Okay, so I will mark them as
These 2. And I'm gonna be like
okay. So those 2 are baned.
5, 10, 15,
This one you said.
Oh, sorry.
25.
Apologies.
No, that one as well is the
Yeah.
2 adjacent to me.
These 2.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's alright. Okay.
So many pings went off.
Anything else?
I don't know. Do you guys need I don't think you guys need much of a healing, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And before I went, I would have. I'll pop a healing word on Cade, I guess.
Can't cast healing word.
Oh yeah, it's another spell. No, I can't do it.
You can do bardic inspiration, or that's it. I think.
Yeah.
I'll give a bardic inspiration to Eos.
Okay, sweet.
As is.
She.
She could use it.
Right. It's now Helwyr's turn.
Oh, crap.
Right.
I forgot about this.
Right. Oh, well, they're all dead, so. Flying. Yeah, I'm gonna get to there.
Yep.
And I'm just gonna stab the one above.
Kill it.
And I won't get sneaked at, but I just haven't.
No.
Right. Happen.
Oh.
What happens to you?
Bang.
Put a smile on his face.
I fall prone.
Okay.
Dies.
Your current turn is ended. Was pretty much anyway, and you are considered surprised until the end of your next turn. So basically, you lose your next turn.
Oh.
I cannot be surprised.
Wait,
I
what?
have the alert feat. You cannot be surprised while you are conscious.
Then yeah, that doesn't do anything.
Wow.
You're still in a sort of panic state. So it ends your turn. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Not that it matters overly. Raven.
I was just gonna hit with my long short sword, but yeah. I am so happy I took alert.
It happens.
It's one of my go-to feats for pretty much any character. Just 'cause
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
great.
useful.
That's a great feat. Alright then.
Just in range.
Fuck on, motherfucker.
Dead.
Yes.
Oh.
Now you can move on as
Yeah.
well on your turn. I
Do
think.
I miss the
Mhm.
birdies kill it?
Yeah.
I surprised it for them. Oh, another swarm.
Oh, this one's still down here. I forgot about this one. Meh.
Literally, we have flying blenders.
Yep.
Pretty strong.
Yep. Porky.
Alright, I'm gonna go here. Out comes Boar. And 17.
That's a hit. Roll that damage.
11.
And you cleave that wolf in twain.
Ah!
And I believe that's your turn.
That is my turn.
Raven.
I would like to get to here.
Yep.
And out comes Le Rapier.
Yep.
Is it gonna roll? Yes, 18.
That's a hit. And
10 piercing, and I can do sneaker.
yep.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Sneaky, sneaky. Why is it being so slow? You gonna roll? You gonna roll? No. Let's try that again. There we go. An
Yep,
extra 6.
you basically managed to glide your rapier straight between the ribs and just stab it straight through the heart instant. So at least it didn't die painfully.
Yeah.
These were
Quick,
my
quick
kills!
Alright, Eos. You're currently prone, but I'm guessing you're gonna...
I will stand up, dropping my shield as I do, grabbing the warhammer, hefting it off the ground with both arms, and clock it into the jaw of the beast.
Yep.
12.
That's a miss.
Bitch.
But you do have inspiration.
Oh, that's right. I will use that now. Roll a d6, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's not a d6. That's one.
That's a hit.
Oh!
10 points of bludgeoning damage.
And with that, you cave in the skull of the last remaining wolf.
Thanks very much.
And upon doing so, the ravens squawk and fly away.
Do they squawk saying,
Level
up! Level up!
Nope.
It's worth
They
a try.
simply fly away.
I'm going to take hold of my holy symbol, bow my head and say, thank you for watching over us.
Yeah.
I'm...
Raven, roll me a quick perception check.
Okay. 19.
Okay, you notice as one of them flies away, it winks at you. And you notice that its feathers have a slight white tint to some of them.
It's a magpie.
Thanks, guys.
Well, with that, the combat is over. And that also seems an appropriate time to end the session for this week.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So I shall say farewell to you all. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. This, for those who don't have time necessarily to watch the main stream or missed things, this will be uploaded to YouTube on Wednesday. The link can be found on our page. I would recite it, but it's a bunch of random letters. You can, and if you want more action, this slot or some of this slot, depending on the session, there we have our Friday session, Roll for Story, the Temple of the Sun and Moon, which should be about 6:30, and will be uploaded to YouTube on Sunday. And on Sunday we have a newly started campaign where I believe the third group that I'm aware of at least are going through the harrowing trial that is Baba Yaga's Dancing Hut. So join in Sunday at 6 p.m. GMT for Witch Hunters, episode 2, which will be on YouTube Tuesday. Episode 1 will, and then episode 2 next Tuesday. Any other announcements from anyone?
Other than well done, good job. And
Yeah, well done.
thanks for watching.
Thank you very much.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.